What's happening, guys? Back at you with another video. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Batman actors over all the theatrical run Batman movies, and I'm going to be ranking each one of them from the worst to the best. So let's get to it. Alright, so like I said in a previous video when I did the Batman movies ranked, that I'm going to be doing some Batman related ranking videos for y'all. So I got a few of them lined up, so be on the lookout for those. But this one is going to be the Batman actors ranked. So this is going to be specifically from theatrical released Batman movies. This will not be like any of the animated movies or anything like that. This is specifically, I mean, there's a couple animated movie actors, but this is specifically for theatrical released Batman movies. Because if I did like all the Batman or whoever voiced Batman and stuff like that, that would have been a long list. So specifically sticking to theatrical released Batman movies for this list, we got a couple good actors here and there and stuff. So I'm going to be ranking them from worst to best. So let's get started with the first one. And at the bottom of the list is probably what everybody is going to say. It's going to be George Clooney from Batman and Robin. Now, George Clooney is honestly could have played this role really good. Like, in my opinion, I definitely think he could have played Bruce Wayne pretty well. But for some reason, they went a different direction with this movie, and they didn't really get that performance from George Clooney. Like, just overall different direction, and like the way they're taking it. And they totally like misjudged on how to do this movie, and in return that affected George Clooney's performance. In my opinion, I think because George Clooney could probably play a good Bruce Wayne. I don't know about Batman. Maybe he could play Batman, but just the direction they took with this movie, I think that's what really affected his performance the most. So they wanted it a certain way. So, for that reason, he's going to be on the bottom of the list for me. Moving on to the next one is going to be Will Arnett. So Will Arnett is definitely not a bad actor or anything by any means in his role in the Lego Batman. As I said in previous videos, Lego Batman was probably for a different target audience. Not specifically for me. It was probably specifically for kids and stuff like that. More of a family type movie. But Will Arnett definitely gave it his all in this movie, and at times he was definitely given a good voice for Batman, and really had some fun times of fun entertainment in the movie and all that. So from George Clooney to Will Arnett is kind of a big jump. Not saying that Will Arnett is a bad voice acting for Batman or anything like that. It's just like compared to other actors and having live action and just the things that I'm judging on, different things like that is just had to put Will Arnett at the bottom for me just because didn't really come across the movie. Like, I like the movie. It's not bad. It's fun entertainment, but just wasn't for me as a target audience. So before I continue the list, I want to talk a little bit about how I was actually doing this ranking video, ranking the Batman actors. So, as y'all know, the actors, they play Batman, but they also play Bruce Wayne. So what I was looking at was how well do they play Batman? How well do they play Bruce Wayne? Also, too, I took into effect their physicality, because Batman is known for being like kind of a beefed up, buff dude, and having just some of the stuff like that. So physicality, I took into note also on different things like that, and just overall, just characteristics overall on across the board on everything. So that's how I kind of did my ranking on this. Did this ranking on Batman actors. But let's go ahead and continue on with the list. And next on the list is going to be Val Kilmer from Batman Forever. Now, like I said before in a previous video, Val Kilmer and Batman Forever movie hold a special place for me because that was my childhood Batman movie. Like I said before, I burned through that VHS. Like, I used to watch Batman Forever during my younger years, like nonstop whenever it came out. I remember watching it nonstop on VHS, and like it was literally my favorite Batman movie at the time when it came out when I was a kid. So Val Kilmer does hold a special place, but I gotta say, like, he's not the I mean, he did play. I thought he played, decent, pretty decent Bruce Wayne, and he played a pretty decent Batman and stuff like that. But the thing was with those movies was for the time, or at least now, watching it now, um, in the way Batman character is now, and the way we expect him to be, it kind of gets lost in translation with the way that the '90s Batman movies are. So although I thought he played a good role for the time and all that, nowadays it doesn't fully live up to some of the other actors that have played Batman. So that is why he's on this spot on the list. All right, next up on the list is going to be Adam West from Batman 1966. So rewatching the Batman movie, the 1966 Batman movie, I noticed that Adam West plays a pretty good Bruce Wayne. Like I say, he actually plays a pretty good Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne being known for being that billionaire playboy, and Adam West actually did a pretty good job in the movie as playing Bruce Wayne. And then when it comes to Batman, of course, Batman 1966 is really campy. It was for that time, the campiness and all that stuff. But one thing I noticed was that he did have a little bit of a detective side, not like a whole lot, but there's a little hint there of a detective side in that Batman. So, I gotta commend Adam West on doing that, but nonetheless, Batman 1966 is still campy, and it was for that time. So that's why he's on this spot on the list. All right, next up on the list is going to be Michael Keaton from Tim Burton Batman. So, like I was saying before, Tim Burton likes to focus on villains, so a little bit gets lost when it comes to Batman and Bruce Wayne in general. It's not too much of a focus. Batman does show up and stuff like that, and Michael Keaton plays a pretty good Batman, but he's really not. He does. I don't know. He doesn't really come across as like the brawler type or anything like that. He's Michael Keaton in general himself is not super tall or anything like some of the other actors were. But on the other hand, I didn't think his Bruce Wayne was too bad. It's just that we didn't get enough of his Bruce Wayne to really fully develop a character of Bruce Wayne. We get him a little bit, and some of the parts he was in the movie was actually not too bad. But just the fact that Tim Burton liked to focus on villains a lot, so we get a little bit of loss of a character of Bruce Wayne, and Batman doesn't show up as much. But nonetheless, I thought Michael Keaton was still pretty good Batman. All right, moving up on the list is going to be Robert Pattinson from the recent Batman movie. Now, I gotta say, he played and he played Batman so well, such a well done performance from him as Batman. But on the other hand, we did not get much Bruce Wayne in that movie, so it was hard to tell how he would exactly play Bruce Wayne, just because we didn't get him much in the movie of the Batman. He plays an excellent and very well Batman, but like I said, Bruce Wayne was a little bit lost in this movie, and he didn't show up really, or wasn't really there. So we didn't really get Robert Pattinson to be able to develop his character of Bruce Wayne. We'll see how it goes in sequel movies. Maybe they'll adjust it and stuff like that. But as far as Bruce Wayne, almost non-existent in the movie, so really didn't have time to develop that character of Bruce Wayne. But like I said, Batman, he played very well Batman, the brawler type Batman that we like to see, and also to detective side that we've been missing out on in some of the other movies. We finally got to see that. So I definitely did have to put Robert Pattinson a little bit higher up on this list, just because he played Batman so well. But like I said, Bruce Wayne was a little bit lost in this movie, so not much of a character development in that. Next up on the list is going to be Ben Affleck from Batman v Superman and Justice League movies. I gotta say, at first I was kind of against other people, just like other people. I was kind of against Ben Affleck becoming Batman, but then I saw Batman v Superman and he changed my mind. He played an excellent Bruce Wayne, in my opinion. Really, really brought it as a character of Bruce Wayne. Like, you really believe he's like that billionaire kind of playboy and stuff like that. And when it came to his Batman, some of the inspiration that they took for his Batman was actually the from the comics, was the Dark Knight Returns storyline, and it really came across like, yes, this is an older, grizzled Batman. He's playing more gritty Batman, and Batman that's more experienced and has seen stuff, and it really comes across really well like that as on the screen, seeing Ben Affleck on the screen as Batman, it really comes across really well as that, as being a more older Batman, more experienced Batman. And when it came to like physicality, y'all saw the scene, if y'all remember seeing the scenes in Batman v Superman, him like literally working out and stuff like that, and he was buffed up and all that stuff. So physicality, he definitely had physicality and all that. And his Batman was definitely a brawler. You can see some of the action scenes that he was in. He was definitely a brawler type, which we come to expect from Batman and all that. So he definitely played a good Bruce Wayne. He definitely played a good Batman, in my opinion. So that's why I have him on this spot on the list. All right, next up on the list is going to be Kevin Conroy. Now, this is Kevin Conroy is definitely amazing talent, amazing voice actor. Like, just whenever it comes to people talking about some of the great Batmans, he's always on the list. A lot of people will say him on put him on the list of like great Batmans. You know, just specifically from what they remember from Batman animated series, and of course he had the Batman movie Mask of the Phantasm, which was he's just able to project the character. You know, just by using his voice, he's just able to project the character of Batman and Bruce Wayne. And in Batman the animated series and the movie, we definitely get Bruce Wayne and we definitely get Batman separately taking on the roles of both characters. He does such an amazing job just with his voice and voice acting, and it really comes across as why people call him one of the best Batmans. You know, it just comes across as that. And you know, I remember watching him and stuff like that too, and you know, seeing that and all that. You know, so that's why he's on this spot on the list. So we get to the number one spot. In the number one spot, some people will agree with this, maybe, probably. And for me, it's as of right now, it's the definitive Batman, and that's going to be Christian Bale. Christian Bale, the way he was able to bring the characters to life with Batman and Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne, he plays such an excellent Bruce Wayne, in my opinion. He definitely came across as, you know, the billionaire playboy, and it was basically he was acting that way, you know, in the Dark Knight trilogy. He was the way he was acting as the billionaire playboy. He acted that way. That way, nobody would suspect him as Batman. But when it came to Batman, he was definitely a somewhat brawler type, not as much, but a little bit there. He did have the physicality to Batman, and just the way he was like he was suited up as Batman, and you see in the movies and the way the characters reacted, they feared Batman. They really did fear Batman, and he just played Batman so well, and he played Bruce Wayne so well. And I remember this line from The Dark Knight Rises, where Selena Kyle was asking Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne was at a party, and they were at a party, whatever. And she was asking him, "Who are you pretending to be?" And he goes, "Bruce Wayne, billionaire playboy." And that line really stuck out. It was like saying like Bruce Wayne is not his true identity. His true identity is Batman, and his secret identity is Bruce Wayne. So that really came across as something pretty cool that he was able to do, where he plays Bruce Wayne so well, but when it comes to Batman, he's on another level, and he played Batman so well, and just the way he comes across as both characters, doing both characters and all that, is honestly really well done on his part. And that's really why I feel like, as of right now, he's the definitive Batman for me, personally, in my opinion. But that is going to do it for this list. Like I said before, check out the other videos I have coming soon where I rank some of the other Batman related stuff. So, got a couple of videos coming out on that. So, be on the lookout for those. But let me know down in the comments below, how would you rank the Batman actors from worst to best? Definitely like to hear your thoughts on it. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, if you want to be a part of Team Legendary, all you got to do is subscribe and turn notifications on so you know when I post another video. Hope you all have an awesome day. And remember, be legendary.